So yeah, as you can see, taking on from the previous conversation we were having, can everybody see my screen? I hope you guys can see my screen. So as the conversation we are having, uh, there was a bit of a sell-off within these indice markets throughout basically half of 2022. So ever since COVID hit the markets and we got the short sell, the Feds have been pumping so much stimulus into the stock market that it has risen the prices to even new heights as well right now. So all of this is basically being backed up by stimulus money. This market right here is backed up by stimulus money put in from the governments as well. So in essence, the governments will want their money back, and all the companies that provided stimulus will want their money back in order to create their states as well. So all of the stimulus money is liquidity, which is basically being waited for people to come and take it back. You see, so in this coming 6 months, we are basically in a formation market. Basically, for the whole year of 2020, we have been on a formation market where we are currently going through a formation. So since all of this stimulus was provided throughout all of these 2 years, inflation is what's occurring right now, which you're also seeing evidence of that within shops as well. Prices are being inflated, oil, petrol. It's just a lot of inflation taking place this year. And that's what this year is, basically inflation. So ever since the drop of COVID, they've kept the interest rates at 0 to 1% to 1/4% throughout basically the 2 years. So since they dropped the interest rates, it has basically also sparked a rise in the market. So the Fed's dropping the interest rates created a rise in the market. So what will happen is that currently what's happening is that the Feds are pushing to reinstate the interest rates and start rising interest rates. So what that will do in essence, it will basically affect the economy in a negative way, especially being the current state that we are in. So from this setup here, we're seeing the price going up. And once we start to see the character changing of the trend going up, it's starting to show you that all of these companies that have given up stimulus are looking to get their money back. You see, they no longer want to put money behind the stocks, as that was what Donald Trump was basically presidential for putting money behind the stocks as well. So as is going on, they use inflation in order to create a formation in the market. So currently what we're seeing right now is inflation taking part. And while inflation is taking part, we are looking to see them create a double top on the market. So the chart never lies at the end of the day. So throughout this year, it's just going to be a formation. So for the next coming months until January, which is like the next 5 months, we're going to start to see rapid increase in the stocks and indices market. Your Euro, your US 30, NASDAQ, and your Dow Jones, or this US 30, and your your dollar index as well. You start to see a massive rise in it from these lows that we have been experiencing throughout the beginning of the year. And once it mitigates and comes back to where the order block was, we are to see a short coming down. And that's when we will probably see a crash in the market. So two scenarios as well. And then we could have a shoulder coming in there, a shoulder, and that, and then we'll see. So throughout this whole year, basically, we are just in a formation where they're using inflation to manipulate the markets in order to create a nice formation for all of those guys who gave out the stimulus to boost these stocks to come and get it back. At the end of the day, if someone gives money, they want to make money back. So we are looking to see a collection coming on the longest run, taking us even possibly lower to COVID times. So it's just for us to see what will shake the market. So this year we had the Russia and Ukraine war, which they also used to create this formation. So we'll see what they bring in. 2020 we had COVID, 2022 now they giving us a war. So we will see what will shift the markets to come down here. So this is a general outlook on basically everything and the markets, and this will give us a sense of where we are moving to in life as well. So if we look at US 30, it's the same as US Tech as well. It's the same thing. So I want us to go to that watch list, which I have provided everybody on the group as well. And another high, dollar index. The dollar index is on its all-time highs, all-time highs. And it's crazy that we just came out of COVID, but all of these stocks are just going on their all-time highs. So this movement here was also funded by all the stimulus capital which was given out throughout these basic 2 years. So basically, if you do ask me, this is a fake market because it's basically backed by stimulus. You know, these are the people that corrected the market in order for it to go up. You see, that's basically backed by stimulus and a lot of retail traders as well. So as we're seeing on the upside, we had a rally coming up, and now we're starting to see a rejection here. And this rejection basically started by, when was it? July, the end of July, the mid of July. The decline started mid of July. So 1, 2, third touch, 1, 2, third touch, we're seeing the market push up. Once we see push up, we see a rejection. So once it creates a rejection, we're basically seeing a level being created. Rejection is also validation of a level, you see. So we have a level here. So we are also to see the dollar going up, following our US 30 market as well. So once it mitigates that order block as well. So the formation that we are being given right now, see that first touch, second touch, third touch, market pushes. We start to see a rejection, validation of a level, formation being created, collection coming. So you do see that throughout this year, it's just been a formation. It's been a formation year, hence why the inflation has been killing everybody. Just a young retracement to come and complete the shoulder. So that's why we've been seeing a lot of prices going up and down. All in, we haven't seen a clear sale because we are basically in our inflation stages in this current market. We're looking to see it complete, come back to these highs, and see all of this stimulus liquidity being collected. So all of these markets currently, which are backed up by stimulus, are to see a very huge decline by next year as well. And then we can also use this to trade out these markets during these days and the months that are to follow. We'll know a general direction, and knowing not to trade against the basic formation that we are seeing here as well. So for those, we are also to see most pairs which are paired against USD have this formation as well. We're going to look at the USD JPY as well. As you can see, 1, 2, third touch increase. We're seeing a shoulder, a head is already being formed right now, and we are basically to see the market short from these levels here once they open. We are to see them short here as well. Just to collect this order here. So we're seeing the head come in. So now this market is going to be a bearish market for the coming 3-4 months to collect these orders here, come back again, and probably create that shoulder again, or we will see it on the lower end of this shoulder. Lower end of that shoulder, and we are to see the market come to collect all of this liquidity which is here on the belt. So these are basic setup, guys, and we're looking at these on the daily chart, and this will give us a clear direction on what is going to happen within the economy with the coming time. So most of these which I've placed under the category of high, those ones that are basically on the highest level or the highest time they've ever been on. So there's a few which I've marked with the star because I'm not going to go through everything. I just want you guys to get the basic picture of what I'm talking about within this coming year as well. So as well, we have USD TRY as well, which is against the Turkish lira as well. So after this decline here in 2021, we've seen the market move upscale. So right now, we're basically seeing rejections around this level as it pinned down on those levels. We're seeing rejections, and now we're looking for this market to come and collect this liquidity here. So we're seeing basically a shoulder which has presented itself. Shoulder presented itself. Head, looking for another shoulder. And we are to see this market crash violently as well. We're looking for this market to also crash as well on those levels. So once it has basically, it's at its order block right now. We're seeing rejections, pins, stars as well, engulfings. So we started seeing a lot of rejection above this level here, which is even giving us more confluence of the design of this market, as we'll start to see the market shred about 30 to 20% in order to form the neckline. In order to form this neckline, and then see a shoulder validation on this point. I'm looking for the market to come going down as well. So another market as well is the USD and the Philippines. We're seeing it doing the same thing as well. 1, 2, 3 touch going on the upside. Once we go on the upside, rejections on the level. Now we're starting to see a formation being created as well. So two possibilities as well that could occur. And then we see a shoulder, and then we go down to collect all of the liquidity as well. As you do remember, USA was how the one thing that helped the US economy recover from all of this turmoil was the stimulus package, which was being given by the Fed Reserve. So most of the freight commodities paid against the US dollar have the same setup as this, which is the retailers trying to boost the economy, the Fed's coming in with the stimulus, and I was seeing the design of the market as well. So we're seeing head and shoulders and double heads on a lot of these markets as well. As well, America against the Malaysian. So we're already starting to see a reaction by that order block there. As you can see, most of these markets are reacting to these high order blocks. Now we're starting to see a formation as well. Seeing a formation being formed. 1, 2, third touch, escape in the market. Once the market pushes, enters an order block. Once it enters an order block, we start to see rejections and a formation being formed as well. Third, and we see a shoulder being formed. And that is what we're looking to execute as well. The formation we're looking to execute. Sorry about that. Okay, yeah, so that's the formation we're looking to execute and looking to see unravel as well in these markets. This is the formation that we're looking to see. So as you can see, throughout most of these pairs that I've mentioned on the group, this is the formation that is taking place. So all of these markets are basically following each other, and it's markets that are paired against the US dollar as well. So we ought to start seeing confluence on those as well. So that was just a brief look into the general movement of the financial market within basically the coming year or two. Yeah, within the basic coming year or two, we are looking to see most of these markets take that setup in order to collect most of the stimulus money, which was placed behind the American dollar in order for them to recover out of the COVID, in order to recover out of COVID. So are they all going down? Yes, they are all going down, basically. The stimulus markets which were backed by stimulus are to go down within the coming 2 to 3 years, as we are to see a backdraw on all of the stimulus that was given out. You see, because like I said, this is basically fake money, which was put in order to ramp up the economy and people, in order to start taking risks into the stock market and stuff. Are we looking to sell all of them when no, the ones which the trades which we were supposed to take in the morning, I've already done a review on that. So I'm post those signals on the group as soon as the session is done. So this was just a look into the general markets. So as you know, we've basically been analyzing throughout with the daily chart as well. So yeah, they're not the ones which we are looking to take on the market opens. This is just a run through of what basic markets are doing as well. So if there's anybody who has any questions about what we've went through, I will leave this time for Q&A. So if we are to take advantage of the stimulus market, of these markets which are backed by the stimulus, is that what is occurring right now is that the markets are being pushed by inflation. Basically, the main thing that's pushing these markets right now is inflation. So as you can see, there's already been a first leg of these formations that have happened. So within the coming 5 to 4 years, not 5 to 6 months, I mean, to the next 5 to 6 months, we are basically to see most of these markets going up in order to create that formation, and then having rejections by those order blocks, which we have reviewed as well. So currently right now it's an inflation market, and we're looking to take most of the markets to the upside in order to collect an order or correct the formation as well. So I hope I answered that. Do we leave them for now until on the lower? No. For now, just leave these markets for now. Just leave these markets. Yeah, just leave these markets for now. Basically, what I'm saying that for is that the inflation that is happening here is going to take time, and it's going to spike everybody out. So this isn't markets we can enter on the long term right now. These are just long-term markets which we are looking to enter in the future. So I would urge everybody to please note these freight commodities, and also look at them as time goes. So we basically right now currently deal with major pairs, which will be your USD CAD NZD, USD GBP, USD, Euro GBP as well, because those have a lot of volume, so they move daily as well. So we are just looking at these for a general overview of the markets. So if anyone still has any questions, you're free to shoot. Okay, we'll look at GBP NZD. Yes, like I said, the gold is to spike as well. Yes, so gold is also part of the lows. It's part of the lows of that watch list which I sent on the group. It's part of the lows. So those pairs are to continue rising or are forming a formation in order to rise as well. Just that I've also been through them as well. So we're gonna look at GBP and ZD. So basically with GBP NZD, GBP NZD is moving the same as GBP AUD as well. They're both moving the same. So on this market, we're basically seeing the price mitigating in this order block here. Seeing the price mitigating in this order block here. But this market is still to sell. This momentum it closed off in doesn't stop immediately. So the market is still to shit going on the downside. I might mitigate on this order block and have the price being pushed down to this order block here. Because this momentum needs to slow down a bit. So since it has entered the order block with such momentum, it will not stop at the given levels. What we ought to see on the day that's coming is just a slight correction and a continuation on the downside. We were supposed to see the price come and collect here, but it invalidated our setup and just decided to sell from that point as well. So what we're basically looking to see is the market open, come and collect this liquidity, and then we'll start to see a continuation coming till here. Increase as well. So this is also part of the markets that are also on the low, same as GBP, AUD is also on the low as well. So we are to see these markets start taking shape and boosting on the upside as well. So that would be the general outlook for GBP and ZD on the 1 hour chart as well. Looking for it to come down to this side. So still a selling market. Throughout this week, there will be inflation taking place in GBP and ZD, and we ought to see a clear direction around your Tuesday, as well as we have some very great news which will be released on the GBP and ZD market as well. So we ought to see what will happen within this week. There's any more questions, we're still open for Q&A. Okay, so if there's no more questions from this point, we will be closing the meeting here. We'll be sending the signals as well on the group until we have our next session. I hope everybody stays good.
All right, peace, bro.
Peace, 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 guys.